What's up, y'all? So this is my homeboy Kevin's car. He brought it over so I can do the brakes and rotors on his car. Yeah, I'll explain this later in another video. This thing is pretty clean. You got a exhaust, medium windpipe. Interior is pretty clean, cleaner than mine. Sits lower than mine. Yeah. All carbon fibered out. Damn, son. So he bought the kit. It comes with 2 front rotors, rear brake pads, front brake pads, new hardware, which mine didn't come with, so that's good. And this is the rear hardware, front hardware, rear brake rotors. It's pretty sick. Props to my man, always taking really good care of his car. Look at that. That boy clean. Give my man Kevin a follow. Check out his headlights. I helped him install that. He's pretty clean. I like him. Look at that. Damn, son. Damn, son. Let's do this. Got it all jacked up, tired up, your wheel is off. After you take your wheels off, make sure if you don't have like air tools or power tools, turn your wheel to the right. Depends on which side you're doing. If you're doing the left side, turn your wheel to the right. You'll see what I mean in a few when I tell you. The reason why I say turn your wheel is so you can have enough space to stick a big breaker bar in here to have enough leverage to loosen up the brake caliper bolts on the brackets right here. I think they're like a size 17, I think. Can't remember. I'll tell you guys in a few. But yeah, you want to have enough leverage, enough space to stick a big breaker bar right here. You'll see what I mean in a few. So yeah, these 2 bolts right here that hold your brake caliper onto the bracket, there are 14ths. Check this out. These should be easy to come off. This holds your bracket onto the rotor. So yeah, these are tight. For these, I'm gonna need to use this big breaker bar right here after I soak it with the WD-40. And once you take your brake caliper off, you know, put it somewhere where it won't hang. Don't let it hang, because if you leave it hanging, you'll put stress on your brake line over here. Don't put stress on this. Okay, so yeah, these are the 2 bolts right here. This is one of them right there, and the other one is right there. 17s. Just soak them up with WD-40, turn your wheel, stick a big ass breaker bar right there, and that should do the trick. And then after you get that done, you know, to take your these thingies off. He has new ones. And it just falls off. Same with this one. There you go. Just like that. Now this is how far you're gonna make it if you're just replacing your brake pads. But yeah, if you're replacing your rotors, you gotta take this bracket off. I'll show you in a few. Yeah, I got the 2 17mm bolts out. Well, that was easy. They weren't as tight as I thought they were. So yeah, I sprayed some WD-40, grabbed a big ass breaker bar, and I didn't even have to put that much leverage on, and they broke loose. So now you're free to take this bracket off like that. Old hardware, don't need it since he has new. Take the old hardware off. That's it. So sometimes you gotta hit the rotor with the mallet, something like this. This thing right here, you gotta hit it. This one just came loose. Some of them are on there, some of them are not. But this one, let's take out like that. Get the new one. Let's see. Front passenger side. Nope. Front driver's side. Yep, this one. Now make sure not to touch it with you know, greasy, dirty hands. Reason why this happened to me: you put grease or oil, you know, you still gotta rinse it with some brake cleaner. This stuff in here. This stuff. Brake cleaner. Reason why is because you don't want to make sure you have no grease or oils in here. You know, grease and oils heats up. Brakes, they cause a lot of heat and friction. So if the grease heats up, it'll warp your rotors because it'll create sediment. By creating sediment, your rotors are gonna get warped. So yeah, you don't want grease or any oils on your rotors. Okay. So rinse it out with not WD-40. Fuck. Brake cleaner. Brake cleaner, and then just put it on there with your hands. Make sure they're not greasy or oily or dirty or whatever. So here's new brake pads. Look at that. Look at the old ones. Yep. You can see the difference. Set this to the side. Right there. And right there. Yeah. So you don't need these no more. Now you know this is the hardware for the front because it has these like little, what is this? Wire thingies. The ones I just took off from the front, the old ones. Now yeah, it is recommended to change these out every time you change out your brake pads. So yeah, soak it with some WD-40. I mean, fuck, I said it again. Some brake cleaner. Shake it. Make sure you have no oils. Turn it around. Do the same with the other side. Like that. So yeah, after you got you know, your rotor on, make sure you got new hardware on there. It's pretty easy to put on. Just take your time and figure it out. Pretty self-explanatory. Don't get intimidated. You know, some people, you know, they feel intimidated when they see like jobs like this and whatnot. I mean, you just gotta take your time. You learn. I ain't gonna lie. My first time I messed up. The second time, I mean, I knew what to do and what not to do. You just take your time, ask questions and all that, you know. Yeah, take these pins out. Make sure you clean them out really good. You know, really good. Then once you clean them out, put some grease. I asked one of the mechanics at where I work at. He said to use anti-seize lubricant. This thing is good for like, it says here 1600 Fahrenheit, so 1600 Fahrenheit. Damn, that's high as fuck. Yep. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. So I'm gonna clean it with some brake clean. So yeah, just soak them up. I'm getting real clean. And once you're getting real clean, get all that extra grease off with the rag. You gotta make sure they're real clean. See that? Look at that. There you go. Look at that. So yeah, just clean it with some brake cleaner. That should help it. Now one thing to remember, as you seen when I took it off, the one with this little black thingy right here, I don't know why it has it or whatever. Anyway, that one goes on this side, so it goes on the right side. So if you're like this, I mean, just remember how it was when you took it off, you know. So it goes like this. It'll go. Wait, no, it goes like this. It goes like this. So it'll go in the bottom hole. One in the bottom, not the top. So yeah, just remember where you took this one out from. The one with the little black thing around it. The reason why you want to grease up your brake caliper slider pins or whatever is because you want the rotor, you know, the rotor compresses, so you want your rotor to decompress, and that's what the pins do. They help the rotor decompress, so that's why you want to grease them up. So yeah, I mean, I got everything set up now. Once you got your rotor on, your hardware on your caliper bracket, you just put your caliper bracket back on, slap the 217mm bolts on, and then I'll show you guys how to put the brake pads in. It's pretty easy. So yeah, you put your brake caliper bracket back on. I haven't tightened the 17mm bolts yet for the bracket. So you slap on your brake pads. The one with this little tab right here, that one goes on the back. This one doesn't have the little tab, so this one goes on the front. So yeah, I'm gonna just tighten the back bolts down. And when you put your caliper back on, you're gonna want to hold this bolt right here, because it's gonna spin. You'll see what I mean. I'll show you guys in a few. So yeah, grab your these new little wire things right here and just put them on like that. It's pretty easy. It's just a fact of matter of them to stay still. They're all pretty much the same, so it doesn't matter which one goes where. Like that. Like that. And you're almost about halfway done once you get to this step right here. So another step is to compress your brake caliper. You can see right there, you want to use this kind of tool. I bought this on eBay for about $11. But yeah, the reason why you want to use this kind of tool is because this one opens up like that, unlike different tools where it's like a different type of way. I can't remember right now, but yeah, this one is the only one that's gonna work. Oh, reason why being is because this thing right here is on the side, not right here. Most tools, they have it where like you spin it over here and this one opens up like that. No, this one has it on the side. So reason for it can be on the side is because you have to stick it in like this, like that, because you don't have enough clearance to put it right here through the front. And that's why you want to get this kind of style tool, so you can open it through here, through the side, and not through the front. So when I grab the old brake pads, well, this is what I do. Just grab one, because you don't want to. I do this so I won't damage the little brake caliper pistons. I don't want to push on right here, so I put it right here, and then I put the tool in here like this, and then just send it. So when you're tightening up the two 14mm bolts right here, if this spins right here, just grab it with a 17mm, and yeah, just hold it while you tighten it. Once you got it on there nice and tight, you're done. Oh yeah, one last important thing is when you're compressing the brake calipers, you're gonna want to open your brake fluid reservoir so that it can burp out any air that it may have or whatever. So yeah, Homeboy has the new Homeboy has the new brakes and rotors done on one side, now to the back side. Well, this is gay. It just started raining. So I already did both the front passenger and driver. I did the passenger rear, now I just gotta do the driver rear. I'm gonna show you guys how to do that one. It's raining, so I'm gonna wait to see if it stops. The only thing about the rear is there's two 17mm bolts that are tight, and it's kind of, you know, uncomfortable. You gotta get like in an uncomfortable position to get them loose. Power impact drill or air tools, this can be a little bit hard, but that's the only hard part about the rear. Other than that, the rear is easier than the front. It's less steps, and yeah, pretty much very easy. It's not gonna stop drizzling till like 3 o'clock. Right now it's like 12 something. I don't want to wait. Someone just send it. So anyways, the two 17mm bolts are right there. There's one of them, and the other one is right here. Where is it? Right there. That's the other one, and this is one of them. So just soak them with some WD-40 and they should be good. Once you loosen that up, your caliper will come off. But that's if you want to do your rotors, you need to take your caliper off. So yeah, if you guys want to take out just the brake pads, what you do is you grab this little clip right here, right there, and you take it out right here. Make sure not to lose this little clip. I'll set it off to the side right there. And then after that, you take off the pin. You can tap it. Just give it some light taps. But before that, take this bracket off. Like that. Then once you take the bracket off, the pin should slide out. So this pin should slide out. This is how you take your pads out and just send it. There's one. And there's the other one. So those are the old brake pads. Then you just slap the new ones in with new hardware. Since he got rotors, I'm gonna be changing his rotors, the old ones to the new ones. So yeah, I'm gonna need to loosen the rear two 17mm bolts back here, right there, and the other one down there. Advice or tip is, you know, if they're being loose, to loosen it, you gotta go down. So you really don't have enough leverage. So just grab a mallet and hit the end, hit it real hard, and eventually it'll come loose. It worked both times for me, you know, I just stick the wrench right there and then just hit it with the mallet and it became loose. Now take the bolts off. One right there. Take the other one off. The rear rotors, you don't gotta grease up anything, nothing like that. Basically you just gotta repeat everything I just showed you, but in reverse order. It's pretty simple. Remember, place your rotor somewhere where it won't fall. And put stress on the line. Right there should be a good spot. Take your old rotor out. So make sure your e-brake is not on. I'll show you why. Because these right here, these pads right here are for your e-brake. So when your e-brake is on, basically they're open up like this and they don't allow your wheel to move. So yeah, make sure it's off, because if they're on, these will be holding on the rotor. So yeah, basically now you just slap on the new rotor. So yeah, once you got your new rotor on, right there, you basically slap your caliper back on, place your two 17s back on, grab your brake caliper compressor tool, and then just compress it like this till you can't do it no more, and right there. Loosen it back up, take it off, new pads, go right in, other new pad, right there. Make sure they're in there real good. Okay. Grab your pin, stick it in there, make sure it's aligned like that. Right there. And then just, there's this tab right here, and then just push it. Make sure this tab right here is on top of the caliper. Like that. Put your pin back on there. And the end over here is this wire right here. This is pretty easy. Just stick it right there in those two little holes right there. No, wrong hole. Like this. Go like that. Then you go like this, stick one like that, and the other one like that. That easy. And it should look like this. On some of these, there's like a little screw right here. You need an impact screwdriver, something like this. Impact screwdriver. You stick the drill bit, the bit, whichever size it may be. You grab this thing, and then you hammer this end right here. So that's how impact screwdriver works. The tools you'll need for this job is size 21 socket if you got stock lug nuts, a big torque wrench or breaker bar, anti-seize lube. Here's so you guys can see it. It says Permatex anti-seize. Ratchet, 17mm, 14, another 17. This style kind of brake caliper compressing tool, some pointy pliers, a flathead, and a mallet. And that should be all the tools you need. It's pretty much easy. If I can do it, anyone can do it. Oh, and some brake cleaner. It's right here. I used it all up. So, a few last steps before you finish and become a YouTube certified master mechanic degree, whatever. Just close your brake fluid reservoir. And one last thing before you drive off, pump the brakes a few times, because if you don't, your brake pedal will go all the way to the floor and you're gonna be like, oh shit, my brakes! You're gonna get scared and shit. Happened to me once. Look. So it goes all the way to the floor. So what you gotta do is just pump it. See, it goes to the floor. Just pump it a few times till it gets hard. This badass shifter, look at that. Damn, son. Carbon fiber. Damn. Homeboy Kevin killing it. So yeah, that'll conclude the video, guys. Both front rotors, brakes, both front brake pads and rotors are on. I'm not a certified mechanic or whatever. I just do it from experience. I just try to help others. Yeah, give the Homeboy Kevin a follow, along with his crew, Trillmatic. And on YouTube, I'll provide the YouTube link down below, as you can see right here. Pretty sick, guys. Pretty cool. Yeah, make sure to like, share, subscribe. If you like it, you like it. But yeah, peace.